Okay, now that you've gone through the AdWords video, um, this is to teach you how to analyze the numbers and decide go or no go. This is an overview. Um, but you may not need to come to this for a few days, obviously, because you've got to get it up and running. But so you may want to come back to this later. But you want at least a 1% click-through rate. All right. Odds are, if you're not at least close to that, um, your ads either are very bad, or your landing page that it's going to, the offer sucks, or maybe you have a problem, that it may not be feasible. So we really want to look at how many click-throughs we got. Was our click-through rate around 1% anyway? And hopefully you may have made a sale, in which case we're hoping to get 1/2 of 1% conversion. And that's if you make a sale. You may not have, when you first look at the numbers, you may have to tweak the ad, tweak the web page, whatever, tweak the offer. There's a lot of variables that, it's a whole course just talking about that. Um, but these are the guidelines I want you to learn. Basically, that's what I'm trying to show you here. Okay? Um, and it helps decide, your feeling as to should I go and move forward with this or not. As I said, is the traffic sufficient to support a business? Do you think you're getting enough traffic? I had one business I did that I started that it was a high-end service, and I didn't really need a great click-through rate. I really didn't need more than that. I didn't really need a great amount of traffic to create a five-figure paycheck a month for it. I didn't need much traffic at all to do that, because the product was $1,000. It wasn't a product; it was a service. And so you just didn't need a lot of traffic. This comes back to what I was telling you about earlier. That you need to know what your break even is. You need to know what potentially your return on investment was. So I was paying, I don't know, I think it was $5, $5.55, something like that, a click, and I wasn't getting that many clicks. Maybe just a few a day. It was lousy. Some days nothing. All right. But did it really matter? Well, no, because in this particular case, I had to close the sale over the phone. All right. And it was just a lead generator is what I was doing. I wasn't selling something direct right then and there. It was just a lead generator. I was trying to get some information on an application, and they'd call me, and I talked to them, and then we try to close the sale. And lots of times you close the sale, a week later. They think about it, they come back, and more questions, and then we do that. But like I said, it was actually, the thing was $1,200 to be exact. So I could spend a lot of money, and screw up and not close many sales and still make a bundle at the end of the month. All right. These are the kind of things you got to think about related to what you're about to sell or want to sell. All right. Calculate the cost of the ads against your revenue to determine the profit and return on investment, ROI. That's underlying factor here is that's what will tell you if you've got a business, down to the dollars and cents standpoint. All that matters is, what's my profit after all my expenses have been paid? What's my return on investment? Did I spend $1 to make $10? Did I spend $100 to make 105? You've got to look at it intelligently. You don't have to be a mathematician to figure out if something makes sense or not. If it's a marginal profit, most likely you can go ahead, just tweak the ads, the landing page, make your offer better, make your guarantee longer, offer additional free bonuses that really pump up the perceived value of your offer. There's a lot of things you can do, and that's more advanced stuff, but just to give you, an introductory of the things that are at your disposal. So, a lot of companies, myself included, I'll take a loss on my initial acquisition of a lead, all right, or a customer, because I know that they'll love it, and I know that they'll stay with me and trust me and build a relationship with me, and then buy more stuff from me. Um, so in certain markets, I don't have a problem with even taking a loss on the upfront offer. Okay, the entry level offer. I don't want you to be thinking that way. I don't want you to be strategizing that way, because especially if you're a beginner, that just gets too risky and too complicated. I don't want you to do that. I want it to be black and white, no gray areas for you. All right, and lastly, ballpark calculate potential lifetime value of your customer. And this is simply based on other potential products you plan on selling, would like to sell. Just jot it down on a piece of paper. Say an audio program you sell for $97. A CD of the month could be $47 a month. Maybe you want to sell workshops. Okay, so be realistic. Most people who buy a $50 product from you is not going to spend $1,000, but some will. And what you do is you try to calculate out, okay, well, if I get 100 people who bought my $40 product, probably 1% will buy the $1,000 product. Okay, so based on that, you kind of get a feel for what that person as a customer is potentially worth to you over the lifetime of your relationship with that individual. So, and you know what? If you're confused by now and you're feeling a little overwhelmed and not sure what to do, just keep this in the back of your mind. Go back to this video later. Don't worry about it. Don't let it. You don't have to stop right now and do this. Don't sweat it. But I'm just trying to give you the broader picture also while I'm trying to walk you through these steps. So let's move on to I think that covers that. It's really just an overview of how you analyze. All right, and if you just follow my instructions here, then you're gonna know. You're gonna know go or no go. If you've got a problem and you stay in my coaching program, email me. Give me the numbers. Give me your website. I'll tell you. I'll help you out, and I'll also show you why I say what I say when I analyze something for you. Okay, so you're not alone, so don't worry about it. And I think that's enough said for this. Let's go on to step 6.